So I guess we are online, and yeah, today is another exciting day. We are in our Caravella booth, and we will be happy to present today our partners from company Denholm Seafood. It will be Nicole and Robert who will be doing their presentation about raw material market. And yeah, everyone is asking what is happening today with a herring, with a mackerel. I guess it was the best solution, and we asked to join this webinar or presentation from our partners who are every day dealing with a fish, and now mackerel season has started, so I guess it's the most interesting topic of today. So we will be happy to present them and enjoy news about the mackerel and herring, about the Brexit, about MSC. So a lot of issues we need to solve, we need to see how everything works. So yeah, I guess Robert and Nicole, are you ready?
We are ready.
Yes. So I guess then you can start your presentation.
Okay, Sunita, thank you very much. And thank God it's working. The last 5 minutes, I thought we were having an IT problem, so I'm glad that we're on. And good afternoon to everybody who's listening. This is Denholm Seafoods from sunny Scotland. And we'd like to begin our presentation on many of the issues, obviously, which is facing us at the moment, the catching, the processing, the Brexits. And I'll start off with this presentation, and Nicola will continue, and we'll come back and join you in the end.
I'm just going to start off by talking a bit about our business relationship with Caravella. We have a very long-standing relationship with Caravella, and Robert has known Andres for many years. However, business between Denholm and Caravella only really started in 2012, when Caravella made major investments in their Riga fish plant. In our first year of business, we supplied Caravella with around 2,000 metric ton of fish, mainly herring flaps, delis and headed and gutted mackerel, and ever since it has grown. Our partnership has continued to grow, and as Denholm Seafoods has majorly evolved into the canning industry over the years, business with Caravella has become increasingly important. We hope to do business with Caravella for many years to come. Here's some images on the screen of some of our raw material products and in the cans that Caravella produce. I'll now go on to speak a bit about the raw material. The main species we produce are herring and mackerel. All of our fish is caught by Denholm Seafoods fishing vessel partners, and our fishermen are one of the largest quota holders in the UK. Our fishing seasons, mackerel is caught in the winter in January and February, and then again in October and November, and herring is caught in the summer. There are two maps now on the screen showing the fishing grounds of the mackerel and herring. As you can see from the maps, mackerel will migrate west to east, meaning it is currently only 6 hours from Peterhead. It will be caught in the North Sea in January and February, and then again in October. North Sea herring is caught in July. In recent years, the mackerel migration pattern has changed, with the fish moving from northern catching grounds quicker, meaning it is closer to UK shores. This could possibly be due to feed or water temperature. Now moving on to the rising price of raw material. The first reason for rising prices of raw material is that there are too many processing factories and not enough fish for the factories to produce in season. This means a demand in raw material to process. With demand comes higher price. Another reason is the increasing competition in the EU for pelagic fish. Mackerel has become very popular as it is a cheaper alternative to expensive high-protein products with the same health benefits. Fish meal prices have significantly increased over the years, with some boats even fishing for herring just for fish meal. As the offal factories are paying a high price for this, it forces us to pay a higher price to our boats. Going on to one of the main reasons for a rise in raw material price is that there is a strong Asian demand for pelagic products. This is mainly in Japan. Asian countries prefer Norwegian products as they are purse seine rather than trawl caught. They believe this makes it a better quality. As Norway use an auction system which is available for our fishing vessel partners to access and review the prices, this sets a target price which we then have to compete with here in the UK. If the price is high, the price in Norway, the price will also be high in the UK. Now moving on to discuss a bit about our quotas. ICES scientists will provide the data and advice that allow the coastal states to come to a decision on quota allocation. This is done annually at the end of November. If the quota allocation increases, the expectation is that there can be a drop in raw material costs, and the opposite effect if the quota decreases, as you can see with the arrows here. I'm now going to pass you on to Robert to discuss a bit about MSC.
MSC obviously has become a major factor for all retail. It hasn't been here forever. I think 10, 15 years ago, very little was known about MSC. But the situation today currently is that the mackerel fishery, the Western mackerel fishery, MSC has suspended accreditation since 2019. And the problem relates to the actual management of the fishery, not this condition of the stocks. And the agreements are made in principle between the coastal states, which is the EU, Norway, Faroe, which will soon obviously include the UK as a separate coastal state next year. And Iceland, Russia and Greenland are also in attendance at these meetings. And basically, the participants have been unable to agree on the allocation splits. But this is a political issue, and mainly caused, I suppose, 10 to 11 years ago, the mackerel moved its migration, and there was a lot of fish, which was obviously caught in Icelandic waters. And then there was a quota discussion between the countries, which was never set in motion, which gave a share which everybody was happy with. So basically, MSC has taken a look at the situation and suspended the fishery until we all come together with an agreement, which may come in the future. It's very difficult to say. But it's important really that this is not caused by the condition of the stocks. The stocks are very healthy. The mackerel growth has been excellent over the years, and there is absolutely no issue with the availability. The biomass is growing, so that it's just to emphasise that MSC is purely political in this case of the suspension. And what's happened in the last year, that there's been a new body which has been in discussion, which started in the UK, called NAPA, the North Atlantic Pelagic Advocacy Group. And this group is really focused on the fact that obviously when MSC is lost in any product, it gives the retail sector a problem. Do they stock it? Do they not stock it? And NAPA has been formed to look at this situation, and there's a group of bodies between the retail sector, the catching sector, have come together, and the object of this was to achieve an agreement on the quotas in line with scientific advice and for the long-term science-based management. And is to demonstrate that although there might be a problem with the MSC suspension, the fact the stocks are sustainable and good condition, and it's trying to find solutions so retail can be happy to stock the product. And this has been in place now since I would say a year, and we're quite optimistic that this is a great way forward. And it was initially led by the retail in the UK, and it's now been developed to the European countries as well. And you can see the partners in NAPA are retailers such as Asda, Marks and Spencer's, Waitrose, Tesco, all the big UK multiples, Morrison's, Aldi, and you have some of the aquaculture feed companies like Aquascot, Cargill, Stretton, and Thai Union, Hilton Seafood, all big players, Young's. These are all partners in NAPA, and I think that the partnership will grow to other European countries too. So this is really to address the problem which has been, initially caused by the suspension of MSC. Now, moving forward to Brexit. Now, we could be sitting here for months discussing Brexit, but of course the situation at the moment is there is no agreement between the UK and the EU, and discussions are ongoing. So we're all getting prepared for, in our case, the event of a no deal, which would result in the UK adopting the WTO trading conditions from the 1st of January 2021. Now we hope, especially in the processing sector, we hope a deal will be done, and we're hopeful that common sense will prevail here, because a no deal scenario would not only result in the tariffs being applied to, obviously, pelagic fish, all products. It also affects the access of the EU fishing fleets in which will become in the EU waters, and so it's very cloudy. So a no deal scenario is not a good result, we don't think, for the UK or the EU. Because many of the EU fishing nations, such as Denmark, Ireland, France and Holland, catch a major percentage of their herring and mackerel in the UK waters. So it's very complicated, and we know, obviously, none of us know how it's going to go. Every day, every moment, there seems to be more confusion, and whether it's politics or we shall see, but this certainly is a major problem for all concerned at the moment, and so we in Scotland and our colleagues are preparing ourselves at the moment for a potential no deal, which will be a headache. But if that's what happens, we just have to get on with it, and there'll be a lot of extra work involved with the documentation and customs arrangements, even with a deal, and without even more logistics. Both ways will be complicated. But yeah, there's no answer. I mean, none of us in any sector can predict how this is going to go, but I can just say from our point of view that we sincerely hope that they come to a conclusion and make a deal.
This just shows our operation from the boats to the factory and into our trucks.
This is, we've mentioned our partners. Now, the most important for any fishing company these days is quota. If you don't have access to raw material, you've no business. And this is really from the catching right through to the final product. And we have a great partnership with our vessels. They are partners in our business, they are shareholders in the company, and they are directly involved with us in the production and the marketing. And this is a key to Denholm Seafoods. Our partners, this particular vessel is one of a group of 3 from this family. We're one of the largest quota holders in the UK. And this gives us a tremendous advantage, we think, over many of our competitors, that we know when these guys go to sea, that they are catching fish for our factory. They are landing today. We started our mackerel season yesterday. The fish is only 6 hours away from the harbour. Excellent quality fish. So this is a very important part of the business, and we can more or less say that we have total vertical integration from the plate eventually, and it's been a great success for us in the last number of years. Well, I hope that went okay. I hope the IT system worked on both sides, and if there's any questions, I'm not sure how this works. Is it by? There's a question here. Please inform MSC herring. Right. Well, the herring, the North Sea herring, is still MSC. So that the herring that we produce in Scotland is MSC, and there is no problem with the North Sea herring. I think that the NVG herring is a different story. We're not quite sure what's happening. We hear that the MSC accreditation could be lost or suspended for NVG, but our herring we produce is all coming from the North Sea, which is MSC.
Can't see any more questions.
Well, thank you very much to Carvela for this interesting way of doing a presentation. I must say it's great, and this is obviously the way things will go in the future. So I hope it goes well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess, well, thanks for the presentation, and yeah, if anyone has any questions, then we would be happy to answer them. Or I guess your presentation was so good that there's no questions and everything is clear. Yeah, well, thanks our partners about joining this webinar, and yeah, we will be also continuing tomorrow. And tomorrow we will have a presentation at the same time about vegan tuna, and day afterwards we will have a presentation about the transparent lid, about the product that we can use in a transparent lid product. So you are welcome to join us for upcoming events, and yeah, so thanks a lot. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Sunita.
Thank you, Sunita.
Thank you, Sunita.
Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. Thank you for joining us.